A friend of mine, 40, while she hasn't fully admitted it, is cheating on her husband, 40. I have told her what I think about this situation, or her version of the situation. I'm not sure where to go from here. What would you do? Before laying out the situation, she's been a great friend to me and steadfast through an incredibly difficult past year in my life. I have really appreciated her friendship, but am incredibly disappointed in her. What she is and has been doing to her husband and family is terrible. Her and I met through a shared sport a couple years back and attended the same gym, where the guy she's messing around with also attends. Around this time, she started telling me more about this guy. The way she first presented the situation to me was that they became good friends, got too close, and he developed feelings for her. Sort of like he was obsessed with her. He was also married. They've since split due to all of this. The way she would talk about their friendship was like a very toxic relationship, that he was being super inappropriate, controlling, jealous, and she didn't know how to get out of it. I honestly didn't understand how or why she'd allow this to happen, but this seemed to be her way of spinning things to me, and also her husband. He continues to blame the gym and the people there for all of her behavior, it seems. Yet, when I'd see her interact with this fling, it definitely didn't seem like she wanted nothing to do with him. I pretty quickly realized she wasn't giving me the full picture but didn't pry too much or want to come off accusatory. I was also a bit in denial. I really like her and part of me tried to take what she was saying at face value, though it wasn't adding up. When she asked for advice on how to handle it, I would be frank with her. In so many words, I'd just tell her she needed to tell this guy to fuck off and quit talking to him, block his number, or whatever. I'd ask her what her husband thinks and she'd just say he doesn't like this guy. As a woman who at times in her life has struggled to stand up for herself to men, being in a relationship, especially marriage, I have never just slipped into an inappropriate friendship with a guy, or not known how to say at least stand up to an inappropriate comment, if not for myself then for my significant other. I don't believe this has anything to do with lack of confidence in standing up for herself. She's an active participant and is trying to shirk her responsibility in this situation. The more time went on, the more she would admit details about how this wasn't the first time she got too close with a guy, specifically at this gym, and that her husband was growing a major disdain for the gym. This situation got messy. Her husband caught on and clearly had enough. At one point, husband messaged the guy and told him to leave his wife alone. The compromise was she couldn't go to the gym at the same days as him. Honestly, I was embarrassed for her husband. It was only so long before slowly the guy ended up showing up on days that weren't his normal. She wasn't supposed to talk to him, but of course, she would. It was so uncomfortable and infuriating seeing this shit. I would call her on it and say how upset her husband would be, and she would tell me I'm right, etc., and keep doing it. Eventually, things were back right where they were before, and I gather things got so bad that her husband must have given an ultimatum and she quit this gym. This was a year ago. She kept things brief, said it was because she needs to spend more time with family, but also that her husband hated the gym and the people there. I knew enough and didn't pry but could read between the lines. We have remained friends. I definitely distanced myself from her at various points throughout her fuckery. But from what I knew, she hadn't spoken to this guy outside of one time right after leaving the gym. It seemed like she was working on herself, and I assumed working out the damage she caused on her marriage. Things were much more normal, but I got together with her recently, and leading up to this she tells me she has something to tell me, but will let me know in person. I don't know what I expected, but not this. She tells me her and this guy are in contact again, that he shows up to her job and they see each other, which is crazy. BC husband works nearby and will probably catch them soon. But basically it's this big secret, and I'm the only person who knows. The other day when she told me all of this was the first time she admitted that she doesn't know why she can't let this go and how it's wrong, but she can't stop. But she frames everything as a friend, how she missed him as a friend, etc. I told her, or perhaps reminded her, that this would absolutely crush her husband and has the potential to break up her family. This guy isn't her friend. That she needs to stop talking to this guy, get a better therapist to help her work through this, something. I told her she needed to tell her husband. She admitted this would crush him. Even the mere thought of her mentioning she wanted to stop by the gym to see me upset him. I thought she was past this and was willing to give her the benefit of a doubt before. I know I was in denial, but she's not stopping, and this is a persistent issue that says a lot about her. We're decent friends, but yikes. I'm realizing it's why a lot of her other friends don't speak with her. TLDR. Friend is apparently a habitual cheater, and I don't know what to do or say, if anything.